Hello, folks. Welcome to episode 14 of the Andrew Walker Show. Of course, I'm your host, Andrew Walker, and today I have three guests with me, three cool dudes that you're going to want to get to know about. Steve's looking around like, who are these cool dudes? So let's just get right into it. Mr. Tony Francisco, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing really good. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, you trying to stay out of this hot and humid weather?
I was out there all day, 10-hour shifts, lots of fun.
Really? What do you do for work that you're outside?
Oh, I work at a factory.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, there's no AC in those places.
No, just big fans and hot fumes.
So we fairly recently connected on Instagram, and no, it wasn't a hookup situation, everybody. Sorry to say. No matter how much Tony wanted it. No, I'm joking. But no, I saw that he is a fellow filmmaker. He's made a couple short films, a couple comedy sketches, a horror short that he put into the Horror Roulette Festival, which I've not taken part in, but I have seen it. Welcome to the show, sir.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, all right. And next on the couch, we have Mr. Steve Larson. Steve is one of the lead actors on this horror sci-fi film that we're doing right now that I'm an assistant director on. It's called Phantom Moon. Steve, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How has your day been so far?
It's been good. You know, I got the day job, but I was looking forward to this and coming and talking with you.
Tony and I are jealous. You were probably sitting at home in 60-degree AC.
Yeah,
selling some ads.
Trying to data, but
data.
Whatever. It's all.
Darn.
But yeah, I work at home, and my office is in the basement, so it's. I actually had a fleece thing on today just to stay warm.
You poor baby.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I know. As you're saying that, like he's like, what a jerk.
We're glad to have you, Steve. Yeah. And last but not least, this is the second time Erv has been on the show. The first time, I had to look back to see how long ago that was. That was 21 months ago, almost 2 years ago that you were on the show. Wow. Back when the show was called Motor City Mirth. Mm-hmm. I had to change it to the Andrew Walker Show just to simplify it. And when you were on that show, or that episode, I felt bad because we didn't have enough room to include you in the original interview segment, so we had to make you wait till like 8:45 at night. 15 minutes before closing the studio. But we're glad to have you on with everybody else today, Erv. I'll never do that to you again.
Oh, no.
But welcome, sir.
It's fine. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm just happy to be here. And I didn't know that you changed the name of the show. I'm thinking it's the same name.
Yeah. My buddy Will, who's been on my show many times, he's probably one of my best friends from the whole comedy scene. We took a sketch writing class. He was on episode 12 of Motor City Mirth, and he said, Andrew, just simplify it. Just call it the Andrew Walker Show. Because the word mirth, M-I-R-H, nobody knows what that means, and I had to keep explaining to people that it's an old English word that means laughter, comedy, whatever. Mm-hmm.
So, sounds like a tongue twister, too, like if you said it 5 times fast.
Motor City Mirth. Yeah.
Might
see, on the third one,
challenge accepted.
Maybe that should be a segment within the show, Motor City Mirth.
Hey, you know what? I might do that. Motor City Mirth Redux. Yeah. Thank you for the idea, Erv. So, Mr. Tony.
Yes.
So, you had mentioned that you like to make short films.
Yes, I do.
When you were a kid, like, what movies and TV shows were you watching that kind of gave you the fuel to when you got a little older to create your own stuff?
Where to begin on that?
Yeah.
When I was little, I often watched a lot of the old Disney animated films, whatever. Back then it was all hand-drawn and actually good and stuff.
Yeah. Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid.
Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, The Lion King, and my personal favorite, I would have to say Lady and the Tramp.
I have not seen Lady and the Tramp. I got to see Aladdin. There used to be a theater behind the Summit Place Mall. I don't know if anybody knows what that is.
Been there.
Yeah, so I grew up in Pontiac, so I grew up like 10 minutes from that mall, and we would go there. My mom would take my sister and I almost every Saturday.
Saw many movies there.
I'm
so
trying to
yeah,
think of
Oh, yeah.
animator, I guess because I'm not from that part of the area. So.
But yeah, once Great Lakes Crossing opened up in '98, it took all the choppers from around here, and that place went down
Oh, yeah.
fast. Yeah, it was sad. Then they completely tore it down several years ago. But yeah, a moment of silence. Yeah, thank you. Tony, what? So same question, but so more recently, what have been some films that like have really like inspired you? Like, because I know you've done comedy and you've done at least one horror. What are some films in within those genres the last couple of years that have really spoke to you and really inspired you? I guess I would say, because I'm also a big comedy and horror guy myself. So
Again, where to begin? Let's see. I've watched a lot of horror movies for almost my entire life. I could start with, what was my first horror movie that scared me at first? It was the very first Scream movie.
oh yeah, Scream. I saw that in the theater. I think I was. Did it come out in '96?
Around that, I think.
I would have only been like 12, but see, me and my friends, we used to sneak into R-rated movies. Yeah, I'm not proud of it, but whatever.
One of the cool kids.
I was, yeah, maybe.
Did you ever get caught?
One time, when I was 15 at Great Lakes Crossing, yeah, we had it. So what we would do is we would use old movie stubs for movies that we had bought in the past, or movies we had seen in the past, and we would just walk past the ticket taker and say, we would show the old movie stub and say, hey, we're just coming back in, and just keep walking and not stop. So the ticket taker would just assume we were out going to the bathroom or out getting a pop or something. There was just, that worked probably 20 times, but one time a guy caught on, so yeah. The first R-rated movie I snuck into at Great Lakes was American Beauty. Any guys see that?
Oh, of course.
With
Kidding?
Kevin Spacey?
Yeah.
Excellent movie.
Yeah. Annette Bening. Yeah. It's
All right, Steve, same question. Because you're a big movie guy, what inspired you, I should say, what inspired you to act? To get in front of the camera?
Gosh, I mean, it's. First of all, I've always, for as long as I can remember, I've always loved movies, and I've always been kind of just enamored with the actors and everything around it, and I actually did a fair amount of community theater, and then when COVID happened, I started doing student films, and I never actually thought, even though as much as I love film, I never actually thought like that I would be like a film actor. And so yeah, that's kind of how I got into it, and I love it. I love the theater's great. It's its own. I mean, it's all, they both have their strengths, but I just love the like with film, like the intimacy of it, and like it's just like theater, everything's got to be a little bit bigger and it's a little bit ramped up, whereas film is it's just
theater's live, and so that puts a different kind of stress on you.
Yeah, if you slip up, you got to roll with it.
Yeah.
They're looking at you.
Yes. No, it's but it's a lot different though. I'm telling you, when you have a camera, in your face, it's like, whoa, okay,
So do you think
this is different.
Like theater makes you like a stronger actor, or just doing like film straight?
No, I think they both. I mean, I think there's certain aspects of, there's a lot of aspects of that are the same. I mean, it's like, it's still, you want to be truthful, and you want to all those things, but theater is just I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's just they're different in their own way. I mean, I love the fact with film is like you can watch it or rewatch it, you can choose that, whereas with film or a theater, it just kind of goes out. I mean, it's like you create this like moment, and it goes into moments, and it goes out into the ether, and then that's it. Which is, there's a beauty in that.
Yeah.
There is a beauty in that of like you're capturing. It's like you're never gonna do it once. When you multiple shows, you'll never do it the same. But
Right.
but I've heard that actors saying that like, actually, theater is the actor's medium, and film is the filmmaker's medium, which is really true.
Yeah.
Just even like this one, the scene we shot in Phantom Moon where we're silhouetted, and it's like, you know, it's
With that lighted
yeah,
backdrop.
it's going to be really cool, but like
Yeah.
you can't like Anyway, sorry.
That was a very unique shot.
yeah, it's going to be cool. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
I saw the trailer. It looks really good. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
It's been fun.
I took a lot of pictures and a couple film. I'm gonna put them. Haven't had a chance to put them up, but I will put them up on YouTube or not YouTube, Facebook and Instagram, so people can see what we've been doing. Steve, did you do any theater when you were younger?
Yeah, I mean, in high school I did. That's when I got started. I was in a new high school. I didn't know anybody. I wasn't good enough at sports. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I want to like meet people. I want to do something. So I started doing theater, and I I wasn't very good at it, but it kind of changed my life, like getting up on stage and like singing, which I couldn't do, but I did it anyway. Just to like, it's like jumping out of an airplane or whatever. You just do it, and
That's good.
yeah.
You challenge yourself and you push yourself. You have a goal, like, hey, I want to do this. I'm going to do whatever I can, even if I'm nervous or maybe I think I'm not that great at the moment. When I started taking improv classes at Go Comedy in Ferndale.
Ooh, Go Comedy.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute for you. Back in 2016, that's when I started getting involved in any type, anything really. Before I started a podcast or anything, I started doing improv at Go Comedy. And my stage fright was so bad. So like we had a class show, at the end, and I was so nervous. It was awful. But the more I did it, it got a tiny bit easier.
Yeah.
A tiny bit easier. Yep. And same thing with this show. When I started this a little over 2 years ago, I was so nervous, so nervous. But now I don't even think twice about it, and it's a great feeling to get over that.
Yeah.
And
No. With confidence and that's the biggest thing, and just familiarity, I guess.
I was just going to say it has helped me in every other aspect of my life with self-confidence and whatever.
Oh, same. I've been working with an acting coach for 3 years, and I feel like he's not only my acting coach, he's my therapist.
Is that,
it's like because
Jerry?
Jerry Hayes. Yeah,
Okay,
you gotta.
cool.
I have to mention Jerry. I mean, he's probably gonna watch this.
I've seen it.
love Jerry.
I've seen his name
Yeah,
all over the
yeah.
internet for local
Yeah.
actors and stuff, but I haven't.
But yeah, it's like to be when you're trying to. You're playing a character. You're trying to get at the truth. There's just you gotta there's so much of you that goes into what you're doing that you end up kind of doing like this self-analysis, and it's like it's pretty cool. So
Cool.
yeah.
Mr. Johnson, how are you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm doing amazing, Mr. Walker.
Thank you. I'm very glad to have you. Like I said last time we had you on, we didn't have a whole lot of time to talk because we were close up to the time when the studio had to close, but I'm glad we have more time to talk to you. But yeah, so you have been, how long have you been been making comics, I should say?
Oh man, like it's been a while. So technically, it would be a little bit over 10 years, but there's been like little interruptions here and there because when I first started doing it, I was in college. So that explains kind of why there was a little bit of difference, but. I've always been creative. I think going back to when I was a kid, because I originally wanted to make video games. So yeah, I'm like, Dragon Ball. When I used to see that on TV, I used to be like, oh man, this is before like Dragon Ball Budokai came out, and I'm like, oh, I really want to make a Dragon Ball Z game, and I was like super serious about it.
Right.
Like I remember. Do you remember when Borders was around?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember literally going to Borders with my dad, and I'm like trying to look at like the game programming books. I'm like, how can I understand how to do this?
That's awesome, man.
So,
Which Borders would you go to?
well, I'm kind of from like the east side of Detroit, so I would go to. There used to be one in Grosse Pointe Park. Yeah, there used to be a Borders over there. Now it's I don't know what it is. It's something completely different now. But like, that was like kind of like our stomping ground. Like me and my dad would go there and go across the street to a place called Burgers Bagels. I know they have one in like Royal Oak now. But
Yeah. There's a couple of them. I've been to them before. That's cool, man. There are some similarities between.
Do we need a moment of silence for Borders? I know. I love Borders. Sorry to interrupt you.
No.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
Borders no longer exists.
There used to be that one in front of Great Lakes Crossing.
Good idea.
There used to be one in front of Great Lakes Crossing. It's Second and Charles now.
Oh yeah.
I used to go there probably every other week.
I love that place.
I love Borders. Any of you guys ever been to the original?
No, I've never have. I know
the-
about it.
In Ann Arbor.
The flagship in downtown
know
Ann
about
Arbor.
it.
Oh.
It was
I don't
awesome.
I don't think I ever was there. Yeah.
But yeah, back to Erv. There's such a similarity between comics and I guess video game writing. They're both visual mediums. You have to know a thing or two about story.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, unless you're making Pong.
So
But,
if you want to write a good comic, you have to honestly, if you can write a good film, you can write a good comic.
Sure.
There's a lot of the same techniques you can apply.
Yep.
And I think sometimes, like when I'm looking at like comics, sometimes people think like, oh, comics are easy, but I'm like, there's so much that goes into it. You have the penciler, you have the inker,
Yep.
you have the obviously the writer. You have the letterer, you have the editor. You may even have an art director that's a part of it, and that could all be just to do one comic.
You do have one person that just does the talking bubbles. I don't know what they're called.
So
is that the letterer?
sometimes like the penciler will do that. Now you have some people that do pretty much everything.
Sure.
But like for a lot of books, like if you think about like things that come out of like DC or Marvel, you have a whole team, like almost like an assembly line.
Yes.
Or even like with the Japanese manga, you might have like rest in peace Akira Toriyama, but you might have had Toriyama working on Dragon Ball, but more than likely he also had assistants that were also helping him ink the work and do it, because it takes at least like on average for people to like artists to do like a comic book page like 8 hours, like a work day.
For one full page?
Yes, for one page.
Okay.
8 hours.
So from how you explained it to me, I would think you could have, like if you're first starting out, you could have one person doing all of it. The writing, the coloring, the inking, whatever, lettering. But like a movie, you could have a guy writing the script, directing it, editing it, and everything himself. But to do a good division of labor and to make it so everybody's not doing one thing, you kind of divide it up. And people who are good at inking will do inking. People who are good at the coloring or lettering will do lettering. Just like in a movie, an editor will do the editing.
Well, what's interesting, like in comics, I'm gonna ask you this: who do you think is kind of more closer to like being in the director's seat?
Out of
all the positions, so you have the penciler, the inker, the writer, you have the letterer, you have the editor.
Oh, I have a question. Is the editor involved in the whole process from start to finish, or only after, like in a movie?
You know what? So the editor is involved during the whole process, usually. They might be involved with the writing.
I would say,
but
maybe the penciler?
That's what I was going to say. The penciler is usually considered to be, and I mean, I don't draw, but I write. And I've been a part of the team, obviously, since the beginning, because like with Shining Otaku, I co-founded it. But the penciler, they can look at a script and they can tell, okay, yeah, this makes sense, but this action that you have here, this all can't happen in this page. So sometimes you might have like writers, like even like myself, that are very ambitious, and I'm like, hey, I want all this to happen, and they're like, that's not all going to happen in a page. You can't have, I don't know, this guy jumping off a building, kicking somebody down the street, and then, the building explodes, and then and then he's having coffee in the next scene all in one particular page. That's too much. There's a limit to how many panels you can have in a page, too.
Okay.
So, I mean, some people will kind of try to break the rules, but you have to really know the rules in order to break them.
Sure. I had thought about talking to Mark Dudley, for those of you who don't know, his teacher, and a dude I've known for I don't know how many years about maybe doing something I would write, like maybe a 4-cell, like a newspaper comic, that nothing like big, but maybe he knows someone who could like
No, honestly,
pencil and ink it. Or,
that's good to do, but like when you're saying that, doing short comics, I can only speak for myself when I say this, but
Yeah.
I think short comics are harder to do.
because you have to fit a complete thought in just 4 or however many few cells.
But
Right?
it teaches you, but it teaches you to be a better storyteller.
Exactly. I haven't put pen to paper yet, but I've thought about it, and I'm like, this would be a lot of fun to do, but I'd have to really, really think about it before I start actually putting it out. I don't want to just put anything out. But yeah, so let's talk about education that you guys had in terms of artistic stuff. So you had told me before on Instagram that you took a class at Go Comedy, where I've also gone, and you said your teacher was Pete.
Oh yeah, I remember Peter.
Yeah, that dude is so funny. He was the first semester of my sketch writing class teacher. They taught me a lot in that first semester. How many years ago was this? They took that class.
Oh, I would say probably 8 to 10 years ago, probably.
Oh, so okay. Wow, I took my first one in 2016, so might have been around the same time you were there. But did you just take the first intro class? Or-
I took the intro semester, whatever, and I've took one of the advanced classes, but then I forget what happened. I had to stop for a while.
Okay. Did you have the same problem as me for the class show? Did you have big stage fright? No?
No, not really.
Lucky punk. Have you had any other courses, like in filmmaking or editing or anything else like that?
It's kind of a weird story because originally I was trying to pursue a career towards 3D animation,
Okay.
but realizing it is extremely hard, so time consuming. There were some classes where some projects I have to do where I show up at the campus like 8 hours before my actual class. I'd be like, okay, gotta get this done, and like 4 hours later, I'll be like, okay, time for lunch break.
Sure.
A little like a work day before the project's due.
That was like me in college, like with term papers. Like I could take a test and do fine on, but writing papers, I was such a procrastinator. I would wait till the night before always. I'm not a bad writer, but I'm a bad procrastinator. So doing those papers at the last minute was bad. Steve, have you taken any acting classes around here?
I have. When I first started wanted to get back into, I did a play in 2020. It had been like 15 years since I had done a play, and I wanted to get my sea legs back, so to speak. And I took a class at Michigan Actors Studio, and I think it was in Ferndale or maybe Royal Oak.
I think it's in Royal
But I
Oak.
ended up taking-
I'm on their mailing list. I get their stuff all
I
the
did
time.
acting 1, 2, and 3, which was great.
Who were your teachers?
I can't remember the first one I had, but 2 and 3 was Kate Peckham, Corti. Hopefully I'm not mispronouncing her last name, but Kate. Anybody who knows about Michigan Actors Studios is Kate Peckham. And
I'm gonna show her this section of the.
Yeah, no,
the interview.
yeah.
No, I'm joking.
Kate's great. I haven't, but yeah, and then just like within like the last 3 years, as I wanted to focus more on film acting, and that's when I started working with Jerry. So
I've heard a couple different people I know talk about him and saying that they know him and have maybe taken his classes or something. And I know Joe here, the studio manager here, he knows him.
well, through Bella, who is
Yep.
one of his students, who's now like on a couple Paramount shows.
Yeah,
and, she's done.
Yeah, she's from
done
Lake
well.
Orion, and she's on one Star Trek show now. And then I forgot what was the other one. Where it's
Wolfpack.
Wolfpack, yeah. Good for her.
Yeah,
She's making it out in LA.
She's doing well.
In those acting classes, do you ever take or ever do like courses on like improvisation, comedy, or
So, we've done we did a few exercises, but I feel like improv and like the kind of acting I do, like with a script, is almost like I feel like it's playing like you know how to play the guitar or the clarinet. It's like it's very different.
Very different.
And I honestly, I mean, I don't have a lot of interest in improv. I should probably do it, but it doesn't really. But I love watching it, and I appreciate the talent that people can do it and they're funny with it. But it's just, I don't know, it never had a lot of draw to me.
I can just the few times I've been with you, Steve, I on set, and then when I was in the room with your table read a couple weeks ago, you had memorized like 99% of one of your monologues, and I was very impressed, I gotta say.
Thank you.
And then the other scenes that you had with Julie, those you didn't even look down at your paper. So Erv, have you taken any classes?
Yes. So
Probably some that Mark has taught.
Before I took Mark's class, I did take I took art class and I took creative writing classes when I was at OU. That wasn't where my degree is in. But I did take it because I knew I'm like, okay, I want to make sure, if I'm going to be doing comics, I want to polish up my skills a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of them prepared me as well as Mark has prepared me.
Yeah.
Mark has, for all these years been, teaching us, because Mark's been in the, doing comics for like over 30 years.
Right.
And he's worked at Palladium. So he's been in it for like a really long time. So he's taught me far more with teaching from like a screenwriting perspective. So
yes, he is really good with screenwriting type stuff too. Mm-hmm. And plus, it's different because Mark can give you all the hands-on, real life training, and that's different compared to say the courses you take at OU.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I also went to OU and I took creative writing classes, and they were great. I loved those classes and always did really well in them. But it's very different than
actually
getting the real hands-on experience.
And I really, honestly, really appreciate Mark, because Mark has done a lot for, not just me, but a lot of the entire group. Everybody in the group, I feel like, guys that have a whole lot of talent, and they're from different parts of the world, too. We have people in our group that are from Malaysia, Philippines.
Talking about Imaginos Workshop or Otaku?
Well, Shining Otaku is a part of Imaginos Workshop.
Right.
So Imaginos Workshop is the production house. So
right. And how many members do you think? I mean, there are official members, then there are unofficial members, and there are...
So not everybody in Shining Otaku is a part of Imaginos.
Right.
I'm a part of Imaginos.
Right.
But some of the guys I just mentioned, they're a part of Shining Otaku. But
yeah, we should explain to the viewer out there, it's a collective, an artistic collective that does comics, script writing, now short films that I'm in. Hopefully coming to you sometime this year. We filmed it almost 3 years ago.
Before GTA 6.
Get this out before GTA 6 next year, folks. But yeah, and I've known most of the people in Imaginos Workshop for a while. My sister has done some stuff with them in the past, and that's how
she's in it.
Mostly how I met most of the people was through my sister being a part of this, and the only other person I knew before was John Ross, but I know he doesn't really do much with it anymore.
No, he's still in the group.
Yeah, but does he do anything?
No, he hasn't been as active lately.
I know, John. But yeah, he's busy. He's got his own horror movie podcast called 333 AM, which is really cool. But I went to school my whole life with John.
Oh, wow.
And my sister was in the same grade as John. So she's great friends with John Ross, and they graduated together. And separately, I've always been good friends with them. But yeah, Imaginos Workshop, look them up. I'll provide a link for them on Facebook or wherever I decide to put this up on. But folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back in a minute. Peace out.
Rowdy. It's like voodoo, what you do to me. Wish there was like two of me. Popping pills like 2 or 3. My let's hit from LSD. Baby cinnamon belt, walking raft when I stuck. Think that I was down and out.
Hello, folks, and welcome back from the break. Once again, you are watching the Andrew Walker Show, and this is episode 14. And with me, I have Erv Johnson, Steve Larson, Tony Francisco, and we're just going to have a few more segments of this show. So, Steve, earlier we mentioned this movie you and I are both working on, Phantom Moon. Now, you play this guy named Abraham, who's sort of the villain of the show, and I'm the assistant director on the show. What can you tell the audience about Phantom Moon so far?
I mean, from my perspective, it's been. I think we've had like a couple shoot days. We got a few more coming up, but it's been great. I mean, Robert Butler is the director, and I knew him. I knew his name through the community, and then Sama introduced me to him. It's been great working with Robert. And working
Sama, our director of photography.
Yeah,
and he's doing a great job so far. Yes.
No, it's been great. It's a very well written film. I feel very grateful and blessed to be part of the cast. It's a great character. It's a hopefully when people watch it, they're gonna be like, I hate that guy, because that's who I am. So who I'm playing, which is fun. It's fun playing. I've kind of feel like I've maybe not gotten typecast, but I have played a fair number of bad guys.
I was going to ask you, Steve, because I'm not familiar with any of the previous films that you've been a part of. Have you played a character like this?
Not quite like this, but like last year. I mean, my day job is pretty consuming, and it's like trying to making time to audition and then doing taking time off of work. But I did work on another feature last year. It was a horror called The Watchers. Director's Aidan Campbell. He's out of Indianapolis. So I'm really excited that film's going to be released. I think they're still working on the with indie films, as you know, like the distribution. My friends always say where can I see this film, or where can I see it? But anyway, played a bad guy in that film. I played the father of the lead, and I would show up in her visions and dream, and I would just basically torture her, not like physically torture her, mentally torture her. And then, so yeah, it's fun. It's actually fun playing bad guys.
I hate that guy.
That's what I want. I want people to be because you watch watching so many movies and TV shows over the years. You go, God, I really hate that guy. And it's like, well, then you realize, well, wow, he's doing a really good job of because he seems so real. Yeah, it's like, wow, yeah, but yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, Tony, we had mentioned earlier that you have made a few short films. Do you have any specific things you could say about any of those, like details about the plot of any of those, or maybe some inspirations behind those?
I have a funny story behind my very first horror film, Lost Dog.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one I've seen, yeah.
Before I started filmmaking about almost 4 years ago, I was mostly just an actor for a friend of mine for his films. He's the one who got me into the horror film in the first place in Utica, Michigan.
Okay.
I decided to just go in, raw dog, not knowing what the hell's going on, just go on and be like, oh, how does it work? And they're like, listen, you got to spin the wheel to get your genre. I was like, oh, genres? We get those? I'm sorry, what?
I was going to ask you, so was that for Horror Roulette?
Yeah.
Who puts that on?
You mean the host?
Yeah.
Josh and Eric.
Was it Josh Tauby?
Mm-hmm.
He's been on the show. Yeah. Josh, shout out to you, Josh, whatever camera I'm supposed to be looking at. So a couple months ago, he and his friend Mylan had a stand-up comedy show competition at Mark Ridley's. And
Been there before.
yeah, Mark Ridley's in Royal Oak.
Go for it.
Yeah. And I went to the show. I knew 3 or 4 people that were performing. Each person got 3 minutes to do a 3-minute stand-up set. And whoever the judges picked, whoever they thought was the best, that person got to do stand-up before the comedy, what's it called, the comedy?
Comedy roll.
Comedy roll, yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I saw him. He was really good.
Okay, all right, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Josh, super nice dude. Super nice dude. And I completely forgot that he did the horror roulette thing. But yeah, anyway, back. Never mind my tangent. Yes, reel me back
Reel
in.
it back in. So the way it works is that like you be given a wheel and they have a variety of horror film genres. I spun the wheel and I was given slasher. I was like, okay, how the hell am I gonna come up with a slasher movie in a month?
Yeah.
And then so I watch a lot of horror movies, a lot of note taking, and I start asking myself random questions. I'm like, wait a minute. And then I saw my old dog Boomer, and I'm like, wait a sec. People care about lost dogs. What would happen if there was a killer involving using lost dog flyers to murder his victims? And I was like
that.
wait a minute.
That's a good idea.
That's what led me to the inspiration.
It's interesting. That's cool.
Cool, man.
I like that idea.
Yeah, and like I had mentioned, I liked the. I watched it and I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Now, Erv, let's talk about that little book that's sitting on that table right there.
Oh.
What can you say about this, sir?
Origami Super Punch. Let me turn it around so everybody can see. So this is an anthology project, but it's a magazine, so it's 7 different stories.
All right.
All different creators, diverse amount of creators from all over, but we've been doing this for quite a while. We're like a team. And they're ongoing stories. So like I have a story in there called Killbox. It's a battle rap manga. So you know battle rap?
Did we talk about this when you were on almost 2 years ago?
I don't know because I don't think I had it out then. Because this is the first time I ever debuted it. I might have been developing it.
Because
I've done.
Because when I was listening to that episode earlier today on my way home from work, I remember doing like a beatbox rap. Or I remember hearing I was doing a beatbox rap. So we had to be talking about rap. Yeah, so go ahead.
Maybe. I'm like, but if you think of like
But you were, at that time, you were talking about
doing it.
the idea.
Yeah.
Now,
It's
the
actually-
fruits of your labor.
Exactly. So it's out. It's in here along with other stories. Like there's a story in here called Seeds of Doubt by Tani Andrews. She's like from Atlanta, but she did, it's basically about like 2 best friends fighting depression. One of my friends, Che, he did, this is actually him making his debut in his story called Third Winter.
I know Che. And he is going to be in that aforementioned short film that I'm in, if it ever comes out. Shout out to Che. Need to have you on the show sometime, bud.
It's Red Sunday. That's the name of the short film.
Yeah, the short film is Red Sunday, based on the local legend of, what's it called? The Non Rouge.
Yes.
Do you guys know about the Non Rouge?
No, I
I
want.
don't.
It's a
I wanna hear
true.
about it.
It's like a demon.
It's like a demon that goes back to like the late 1700s when the French were here, and they would blame like bad things that happened on this red devil they called Non Rouge, which is French for red devil or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. It's a demon of Detroit, right?
Yeah. And every year in Midtown on Cass Avenue, they have a parade where people like dress up like it, and yeah.
Really?
Anyway,
Wow.
I get killed in the movie.
I've
Spoiler alert.
never heard of it, but I know you learn something new every day. You can,
I definitely wanted to say note like when Red Sunday comes out, I really hope that everyone watches that because
Yes.
Ira, was in the film.
Send me the link.
And, he unfortunately passed away.
Oh.
Yeah,
And,
a couple months ago.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, he was on. He's been on this show a couple times, and he was in an unfortunate car accident back in January. One of the nicest dudes I've ever met, and really had a passion just for doing creative and fun stuff. And yeah, he's got a part in the movie too. He plays a Catholic priest.
Yes.
So yeah, everybody who watches this show is definitely gonna get blasted with Red Sunday when it comes out.
can't wait to
Hopefully
see it.
soon. Yeah. It's my first time I get killed on screen. Yeah.
Oh, no.
First of many more times, maybe.
Yeah. Hopefully. Who else we got on there?
Okay, so we have Naraku Murder. That's like a supernatural crime drama. That's done by Kaze. Trying
Don't
to see
know.
if I can. So Kaze, he's probably been in our group like the longest. It's kind of hard to see probably some of this art in the book, but this is kind of some of his art. You can see.
It's really good. It's really good.
Oh yeah, he's been doing this for a while. So I've probably known out of everybody who's in the book, I've probably known him the longest. That's been participating in because he created the mascot for Shining Otaku. So I've known him.
Is that what's on the back?
Well, Mark did the design or did the this exact drawing right here. Like Mark Dudley, but the original design for this character is Teki's design or Kaze's design. He goes by 2 different names, but the other story we have is Project Nirvana, which is kind of like Carrie meets Akira. That's done by Bree Chanel.
I know Bree.
And also by Felix or Julia. She did this story, and she did another story that me and her worked on called Gods of Life. That's like probably one of my longest stories. That's going back some years ago.
Cool.
And then I think, what's the last story? I think Beta. Beta is a story done by, let me see here, Michael Seaton. I'm trying to see if I can pull it up.
Don't know.
Okay, Michael Seaton is somebody who's also been in our group for a while, but and he's an Imaginos.
Oh,
so
cool.
he's one of Mark's students,
I'm sure I'll meet him sometime.
and it's basically a love story, in short. But
There's nothing naughty in there, is there?
there is some stories, but see, that's one thing I want to say about Origami Super Punch.
Yeah.
Is it's a lot more of a it's not shonen. So do you know what shonen manga is?
You're speaking Greek to me, or you're speaking Japanese to me.
You're talking about like animes like One Piece or something like that?
Yeah, this is more along the seinen side. So basically, shonen is usually targeted more towards like a teen or like kid audience. In seinen, we try to target it towards more of like a college age audience. So even though some of the stylings of this,
So you can show heavy petting.
so we can do whatever we want to do. So
Oh, you can do what you wanted.
So that's why we call this the most dangerous manga magazine, not just because it's seinen, but because a lot of the topics we have, like Nick has a story in here, Siege, and Nick is the one who directed Red Sunday, which he's in.
And he also is part of our podcast set we record twice a month down the hall called Hollywood Blockbusters. Nick, if you're watching, let's get Red Sunday out. Yeah.
But Siege kind of touches on like a little bit of like the Palestinian conflict a little bit, so it gets political. So we have like political topics, cultural topics. We talk about black mental health. We talk about depression. A range of different things in this story. So that's why that's why we named it the most dangerous manga magazine.
Nice. So everything's going to have like a second, deeper meaning rather than just what's on the surface, right?
Yes, for the most part, yes.
Great.
And I'm really proud of everybody in the group. They worked on it for a while, and we have more coming. So.
And this is going to be released sometime this week, right?
So this is actually going to be out tomorrow, but by the time I'm sure this recording comes out, it'll already be available.
It'll already be out.
Yeah,
yes.
so it'll be on Indie Planet. If you go to Indie Planet, you can pick up your copy there.
Where is that located?
So indieplanet.com.
Oh,
if you go to indieplanet.com, you can get it on there. But I'm sure we're gonna have links posted on our social media. So if you go to find us on like TikTok, because we just created TikTok. We were late on the game on that because I'm like, what is this? I feel like a prehistoric animal. I wanted like the original like YouTube people. I've been on YouTube since 2006.
That's the year it came out.
No, it came out in 2005.
Okay. Oh.
But what's funny about that is I'll tell people, I'm like, man, I remember when they used to have like response videos on YouTube. When they used to have stars on YouTube. They didn't have likes, they had stars. And I'm like, people are like, what? I was like, man, I'm like, I must be really old.
I did not know that. Honestly,
2006 is when I think Google bought YouTube.
And it got huge.
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
I used to work for Yahoo, so I
cool.
kind of know all the digital world.
I've had a YouTube account for a long time, but I never posted anything on there until I did my very first show here. I was never into film, filming my own stuff or anything until just a couple years ago. So yeah, that's cool. Can I see that real quick?
Oh, for sure.
So, Are these going to be like fully colored, or can we take markers and like color them in ourselves when we buy them?
So typically manga is not colored. Usually, it's traditionally at least, in black and white. Like Japanese manga is typically, that they're usually black and white.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so if you ever went and picked up, let's say I'm using Dragon Ball because it's like probably the easiest example to think of.
Sure.
If you picked up Dragon Ball, it's going to be in black and white. So sometimes that's why, like in Dragon Ball, like Bulma's hair is blue in the anime. But the actual color that the creator colored it is the same color as Trunks' hair, which I think is like purple or something like that. And they kind of switched it up later on. But like sometimes the color for stuff is a little bit different because it's, animation versus, I'm sure you would know more about that, like animation versus like, doing comics or whatnot. You might do some different techniques. But in any case, if people want to learn more about manga, aside from just Origami Super Puncher, know about the process, we have like a show on YouTube too. So.
And you interview people, correct?
Yes. So it's called Shining Spotlight. We're actually about to do our 6th season. So we've interviewed guests on there, such as we've interviewed, funny enough, the voice of Naruto. We've interviewed,
Nice.
we've had her on the show. We've had the person who created like Anime News Network on there. We've had Nicholas Draper Ivy. He does he did the comics for Static Shock, and he also did some stuff for like Noir Caesar, a couple other groups. We've varied on like the range of guests that we've had, but.
So I've the last couple of months I've seen you post when you put up the episodes of that either on Facebook or Instagram. I've come across the post. I haven't seen it. Do you host it yourself, or do you have another person host it with you? Or?
So yeah, I have a co-host, and right now we've been alternating on kind of who's been recording it, but we do 12-episode seasons. The beginning of this new season is supposed to be like July the 12th, but most of our episodes are up on YouTube. So it's at Shining Otaku. So if somebody types in Shining Otaku, they can find like all that information there. But
we'll put a link for it when I put this up on Instagram and Facebook. Do you do like one a month, or is there no set time? It's just whenever you can do it.
So whenever we do start up a season, we do it every other week. So typically the way that we did it, we used to do it on Sundays. This time we're going to be doing it on Saturdays. And the only way that it would be a little bit different is if we have a guest and maybe the time slot that we have doesn't really work, so we might pre-record a few episodes ahead of time.
Okay.
But we try to get them live. But
that's awesome. We have the capability to do that here for this show, to do it live. I'm kind of scared to do it, but I shouldn't be. But no, I will do it live, and I'll do it when we have.
You would do a fantastic job.
Thank you, and I'll try to do it too when I have a musical guest on, because I think that would be kind of cool to do that live too. That two different, the interview segment and then the musical segment, both live. So do you just reach out to the person that you want to interview? Do you reach out to them personally, or if they're big enough, do they have like an agent or manager or something? How does that work?
So it really depends. So like, I'm gonna say in more recent time, like I think the easiest time for us to get guests probably was during COVID, because everybody was at home. But now
everyone was doing Zoom stuff. Yeah, I don't like doing that. It's so impersonal. I would never do this show on Zoom unless it was somebody that I loved, like a famous comedian or actor that did want to do it, but had to do a Zoom. Then I would do it. But no, I got to have people in the same room. It's different.
Yeah, no, I'm like, it is nice to do that. I think since we've been doing it in this format for so long, I think I think it's just what we're used to.
Got used to it, yeah.
But like, in terms of like who we can get, I guess it kind of also opens up like, hey, I could try to have on someone like we have had on a Japanese mangaka before. So I could be like, hey, who do we have on? I can't even think of. I'm drawing a blank on the person's name right at the moment, but like I know. Oh, actually, here's one we had. We had Nao Yazawa on. So Nao Yazawa, she did a manga in the '90s called Peach Girl. Well, not Peach Girl. Wedding Peach. I'm getting two animes confused. Wedding Peach. And Wedding Peach eventually became an anime, but it was kind of like a competitor to like Sailor Moon. So we actually managed to get her on the show. And now, of course, she speaks Japanese, but she spoke good enough English to where we were able to have,
Was she in Japan?
Oh yeah, she was in Japan, different time, and I think that one was live when we did it. So
It's probably, isn't it like a 12-hour difference?
12-hour difference.
It's 12 hours.
So we have to be committed.
Yeah, what time
when
was
we
it
do
here when you did it?
I remember it was nighttime, I think, when we did it. So it might have been early for her. So when we used to do it, the episodes, we used to do them around, I'm going to say like 9 p.m. here, Eastern.
9 or 10 o'clock would be the most realistic for both, to get both groups on opposite sides of the earth
In
to do it,
most
I think.
circumstances, I feel like 9 was a sweet spot no matter where it was. Because I'd be like, okay, I don't mind being up a little late. But
Yeah.
if I was trying to get somebody, let's say on like the West Coast, it might be, I'm like, okay, this is probably late afternoon or early evening for them. If I'm trying to get somebody outside the world, okay, it's 12 hours. This was just going to be early in the morning for them. That's kind of the logic that I used back then. But
We're going to play a thing called, a game called Would You Rather. I just got to find the app on my phone. Bear with me for 1 sec.
Would you rather have the app in your phone or the actual game itself?
Right now, the other game, the
other
game
game.
as itself.
Oh, darn it, you chose
But
me.
I'm with you on like having us all together because in my job, it's nice because I can work with people across the country, but it's like, it's just like, there's nothing, you just can't substitute like the interaction and the, just being able to be, kind of all like living in the same space and, breathing the same air. It's just different,
Right.
even like, doing like Zoom, table reads or whatever. It just isn't the same.
I hate Zoom.
Yeah.
I do too. During COVID, a couple of my improv friends were like, "Hey, do you want to do improv via Zoom?" And I'm like, "No, that's the furthest thing. Like that's the least thing you want to do. Via Zoom. Like, you need to have 4 or 5 people on stage together.
Yeah.
Because you have body language, right? Otherwise, you're just."
at the screen.
Yeah.
I did it one time just to see what it was like. It was awful.
I believe it.
And then
I
some
believe it.
people's internet made it so they were lagging.
They're
Freeze frame.
Yeah, and so it's
freezing.
like,
Yeah.
who thinks this is good? This is
Yeah.
one of the worst things I've ever done. And I was like, I'm never doing that again.
Try doing a couple of shows of it. It ain't fun.
No, not at all. All right, so we're going to play a game called Would You Rather. I finally have it up on my phone. I'm going to ask you 2 questions, and you have to pick one. Some people try to squirm their way out of it to not pick one, but you have to pick one, or I will deduct points, and you will probably lose the game.
So then how many points are we starting with then?
You start with -10.
Negative.
No.
Because I asked.
Yeah, because you asked.
He knows too much.
Don't need no sass back from you. But yeah, I'll just ask one question per person, and you have to justify your answer. So, Mr. Tony, would you rather have no eyebrows or have a unibrow? 10, 9, 8.
I would say no brows.
No?
Having a giant caterpillar on your head, I'll be like, no, that's kind of nasty.
It is. But if you don't have any eyebrows at all, you do look kind of, I don't know. I think I would rather have I'd rather have a unibrow. You know what? That's a bad question. I want to give you another one.
Oh, all right.
Tony, would you rather control the emotions of those around you or control the weather? Well, we already know the government controls the weather, so
Or maybe I can control the weather.
that's what Abraham believes, probably, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I will definitely control the weather.
Really? You wouldn't want to manipulate those around you?
No,
Man.
no.
That would feel so good.
If I don't want to go to work, I'll be like, create a little snowstorm, a little earthquake. I'll be like, oh, darn it, guess I can't work today.
An earthquake here in southeast Michigan, I think people might get kind of suspect, and they might think, has somebody been playing Would You Rather? Has Tony been playing? No.
I'm
All
like,
right.
no, just a weather anomaly, nothing to worry about.
Mr. Larson, would you rather live alone on a tropical island or live with other people in Antarctica? Have you ever seen that movie, The Thing?
Yes. Yeah, the John Carpenter from.
I recently watched that for the first
yeah.
time. I
Yeah,
absolutely loved it.
Kurt Russell was in it, right?
Yeah. So you could be possibly in a
yeah.
Thing situation.
I
or you-
would-
Or you could be in Tom Hanks'
As much as
on
I
that
love
island in that
the
movie.
beach and the tropics, I love being around people more. So I would say Antarctica. And I've lived in Michigan my whole life, so I could probably adapt pretty well to
For at
it.
least 3 months out of the
Just-
year.
yeah.
Sometimes it is like that.
So
No, I'm with you. I would go crazy if I was alone.
yeah.
Like in what's that movie? I'm drawing a blank on the name, but Tom Hanks when he's on the island.
Castaway.
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 Castaway. Yes.
Man,
Yeah,
I would-
I think I would go insane. Yeah, I work alone in my basement every day with like cat and a dog, and I'm even then it's like I need.
So you're living your own mini
yeah,
version.
Yeah, although I am on Zoom calls, but it's not the same because you're not with people. But
There we go.
anyway,
Erv, would you rather live in a castle or own a yacht? Those are two very different things.
I think own a yacht. But the only thing about that is I have to. Maybe this is the math part of me. Even though I'm not really. I don't like math, but like we need it in order to survive. So it's like, do I have to pay taxes on like either one of them?
That is true.
My sources tell me no, you do not have to pay taxes
Okay,
on
then
either
I'm
one.
going-
I think
with the
since you own a yacht, you're probably wealthy, so you're probably good.
If you sell the yacht, you could be very wealthy.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going with the yacht. I'm just because there's I can travel. That's what I'm thinking about. Like, I
Think
can go
about it. You live
places.
here in Metro Detroit. You can go out on Lake St. Clair or the river, or put it on a.
I can't do anything with a castle, so yeah, I'm going with the yacht.
Yeah,
I'm
but
with
you
you on
could-
the yacht.
You could entertain a lot of people
Yeah,
in a
that's true.
castle.
You can entertain people on a yacht too.
That's true.
Think of how many friends
But
you have.
could,
Hey,
you
I
could
have a
like,
yacht.
you could have
it's
like spooky parties in the castle. That would be so much
Yeah.
fun. Crazy Halloween parties.
yes.
I feel like I would just turn it into an amusement park attraction then if I did that.
You could make money. Make
Yeah,
money
that's
doing it. Mr. Tony,
Yes.
would you rather be an Olympic tennis player or be an Olympic table tennis player, aka
Ping pong.
ping pong? I don't like the name table tennis. It's kind of corny. Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see. How do I table tennis or regular tennis? I would have to say ping pong for sure.
Yeah, it seems like tennis. It's too physical. Like you might get hurt, and it's like I don't want to put that much effort into it.
You could also get hurt from ping pong. You just don't know it.
Yeah. I don't like these questions today. Sometimes we have good questions. Sometimes we don't. I'll give you another one, Tony. Tony, would you rather constantly have a 40-pound weight on your shoulders? Who makes these questions? Or constantly have a 10-pound weight on each of your feet?
Oh my
These
goodness,
are
both
awful.
sound-
Okay, question. I have questions.
That's awful.
My 40-pound or 10-pound swellings, can they be treated? Like, could I reduce the swelling, or can I sweat it?
No. It's just they're actual like weights, like like physical weights.
Oh, wait. Oh, I missed.
Yeah.
Can I take them off?
No.
Okay.
You must have each one on 24/7 for a month.
Oh, for a month? All right, in that case, one solid leg month then. I'll do
Okay.
the weights on my feet.
Wait, I think I would do that too. Mr. Larson, would you rather eat only KFC for a month or only Taco Bell for a month? These suck.
Oh, KFC, easy.
Give him another one.
When I was younger, I liked Taco Bell better, but I can't really eat that now. It's like
Yeah.
Too much
I know.
gas.
it's.
Yeah.
Well, I've never gotten gas or anything from it. It's just I don't know. It's just like cartoon food, KFC does have some really good chicken tenders, and they are not paying me to say that. Oh, here's a better question, Steve. Would you rather work 10 hours a day, 4 days a week? So 4 tens.
Mm-hmm.
Or what some of us consider normal, 8 hours, 5 days a week.
Oh, I would definitely do 4 days, 10 hours.
I would
for
too.
sure.
I would
For
too. I
sure.
wish I had that
I
option.
feel like I'm doing it now, except I have to do it for 5 days. You know. No, I shouldn't say that. I don't. But I know there are a lot of jobs like that where it's like. But yeah, I'd take the 4-day option.
410. Yeah.
Nice long weekends.
All right, Erv. This might be a good question, and you could also adapt it to your comic. Wait, does your comic, the main character, do they have any like special powers or anything?
Depends on the comic, and it depends on what you mean, because it's kind of
The one you wrote,
the one that I wrote that's
the
in here. It's
rat battle one.
it's kind of meta. I don't want to spoil it, but it's very mental.
So I'll take that as a no.
No.
Because we don't want to spoil anything. Would you rather run fast or jump high?
Run fast or jump high? I'm gonna say run fast.
I would too. Seems like that would be much more useful in like serious situations. Now I have a question because I thought about this earlier today. Well, if people order those comics this week when they go on sale, are you going to ship them out like UPS or FedEx or Amazon or whatever? Or do you have your shipping?
So yeah, it actually goes through. So the printer is Indie Planet, so it'll ship out through them. So they have I think it's.
Oh, they probably get a cut.
Yeah,
like a
so they actually,
percentage.
they're the ones who print the book, but they also have a store where you can post your book in there. So that's the reason why, because we used to do it another way, but I'm like, why would I do that when
This makes
I
more
could just
sense.
have it go straight from the printer?
Yeah,
And you could just get it just that way.
Because I was thinking, so do you have physical copies with you that you could buy or that you could sell? And like say, if I wanted to give you the cash for it, you could give me one.
I don't
or
have one on my person, but I mean, I do have. I think Mark has the copies because we all kind of juggle them around because we go to different shows.
Yeah.
So I don't have any of the copies on my person, but we do also take copies to show. So I mean, if you wanted a copy, I could get you one.
Right. And I should have asked, how much do they sell for?
$19.99.
Ooh.
And that's the same online and in person?
In person, it's a little different. Online, it's $19.99.
Because I was thinking, if you were paying yourself like $4 to ship them, FedEx or whatever, in the little envelope, could you pay someone like the Flash or Superman like $10 and just have them
Take them to everybody.
deliver them real
run
quick?
around. Well, if we're talking about like the Flash could just come around, or oh my goodness, like
Oh,
if
no,
we're
you
talking
didn't-
about that kind of speed.
You didn't even need to pay him $10. You would have to pay him something cheaper than FedEx, to.
But the thing is, though, we're talking about someone who can run that fast, because I don't know if like the Flash can go back in time and everything.
That's right.
So I mean, maybe I
point.
shouldn't say, but I probably would go back in time and probably warn everybody about the tariffs and all the other stuff going on.
Tariffs are messing up my company and my job
I will probably
awfully
say,
right now.
I'll be like,
I
take
think-
this message.
I think there's a lot of things that we could be warning people
Yes.
about
Go back
that are
10
happening right now.
Just
and
give us 10
and I'll
years.
I'll leave it at that.
Go back 10 years, invest in a lot of stock. 10 years later, you make a lot of money and just hide in a bunker. Then you'll be good.
Oh my goodness! I would tell, even comic-wise, I would tell myself so many things. I'd be like, no, don't do this, do this.
Sure.
Deliver
So we'll
the
pick
message.
run fast. And this will be the last one. I'll give you another one, Erv. Would you rather, well, you're kind of both of these. Would you rather be hysterically funny or absolutely beautiful?
You know what's funny?
What do you do for your skin regimen? No, I'm joking.
I was gonna say, well, I have to thank my wife, But I would say probably funny, because it seems like if people are funny, they can get away with so much stuff. So I'd probably be like, I'm gonna be insanely funny.
I was thinking the exact same thing. It's like people are drawn to. Yes, people are drawn to like attractive people. There's attractive people that don't have personalities, whereas someone who's funny, like people are drawn to you, and you're just like they become more attractive almost.
It's a deeper connection. That's why a lot of people
Yeah.
prefer it.
Really? I thought it would be the opposite, because a lot of hot people can get away with anything.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
True. That is true.
Because they
That
both
is
get
true.
away with stuff.
It's like, if Margot Robbie killed my dad, I'd be like, oh no, why'd you do that? I won't call the cops.
You've seen
but
those
I just
studies
need
where
to
they
know,
do
why'd
where
you
they
do that?
where they have like two people interviewing for the same job. One is really beautiful, the other one's kind of homely or not. The beautiful one is she's so, or he or she, so intelligent, so amazing. The other one's like, I don't know. Then they had the same credentials, everything. It's incredible.
It's awful.
You're right.
Yeah. So, folks, we're going to the very last segment of our show.
Oh no.
Where we like to officially plug things. Tony, what would you like to tell the audience how they can find your stuff?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Venmo, if that makes any sense.
Venmo?
No, not Venmo, Venmo. It's like a artsy version of YouTube.
In Vimeo?
Vimeo, that's how you say it.
Vimeo.
I can't say that for some reason.
Yes.
Vimeo, I think. Yeah.
What's up?
What's the handle?
Yeah. What's your username on those?
Oh,
On Instagram, Tony Francisco.
that's right.
I'd say your name's really cool.
A lot of people cannot pronounce my last name. I don't know why.
What, is your last name the city that you were conceived in? Is it San Francisco?
I wish, but no.
No? Oh, darn.
That would have been a great story. But like Instagram, my TikTok, I think Tony Franny for my TikTok, I think.
And then your YouTube, the one you sent me that I could watch your videos on. What's that handle?
That's the Hole in for Roulette YouTube channel.
Okay.
You can see my other old entries and everyone else's. A lot of awesome filmmakers were done in that festival.
Yes, the Horror Roulette. Yeah, well, I'll add the link to that on Facebook when we put this out. Steve, what would you like to plug today?
I guess my website, which is I am Steve Larson, which is the letter I, letter M, then Steve Larson, Larson with an O, because you can spell it S-E-N as well. But
Yes.
yeah, it's just nothing exciting, but just my work, my reels, my headshots, and I have the same handle on Instagram. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and that's probably a good way that people can find you if they're searching out talent in Metro Detroit, right?
Yeah.
That's what you point them to, right? That website.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. And Erv, what besides the book, and of course I'll put a link to that on Facebook and everything to promote that. What else would you like to promote, bud?
I'm just gonna say, Imaginos Workshop.
Yes.
Imaginos Workshop.
Yes.
Was the production house with everything. So, aside from Shining Otaku, which is OTAKU, not Shining Tacos. Like I had to there's a joke about that. Like somebody actually called it, like another local creator always says, he's like, Shining Tacos? I'm like, Otaku, OTAKU. It means nerd in Japanese. So it's like the nerd that stands out.
Otaku means nerd?
Yes, otaku means nerd.
Oh.
So the idea is like Shining Otaku, the nerd that stands out. And I kind of got like inspiration too from like the anime G Gundam, which there's like a Gundam in there that's called Shining Gundam. But
I grew up watching this. It was a great show.
Oh yes, I love it. I'm gonna say imaginosworkshop.com.
Yes.
Support the Honeycomb Hideout podcast. Joe does that. And I know Mark is doing that, kind of taking it over too right now, and then Christine, she's also doing that as well. Mm-hmm. So those are the other projects I would say to support outside of us being on TikTok and YouTube and
and
Instagram.
How exactly can people find your interview YouTube show?
Oh, go to Shining Otaku on YouTube, or if you type in Shining Spotlight, Shining Otaku, like maybe next to each other on YouTube, you should be able to find it. Like I said, we have a lot of episodes. The episodes are like an hour, and then we also have some clips if you're somebody who doesn't like to listen to big chunks of stuff and you just like to listen to little clips. So
Our TikTok generation.
Oh yes, for sure.
Who have an attention span of like a goldfish, roughly 4
Oh
seconds.
yeah, we just literally like a couple weeks ago started our TikTok, so like we don't have a whole lot on there yet. But I'm like trying to learn how to use it. I'm like, dang, it's all this very short. And I'm like, this reminds me of, do you remember Vine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't Vine 10 seconds? Was it 10 seconds?
Yeah, 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those short little snippet things. I don't like watching videos. I don't know.
It's a little bit better than like maybe like Vine in a sense that I'm like, okay, at least you can go for minutes. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
a
true.
long-winded guy, so I'm like, man, this is so hard for me to like cut down what I gotta say.
Yeah.
And just like,
I can relate.
I know. I need to do that for this show. Put snippets of funny banter or whatever from me or the people on here on TikTok. But it's just like I know I'll get more views and stuff than I do on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. But it's like I don't know. I feel like I'd become a slave to it because I see a lot of people doing that do that, and they're like, oh, I got to put on TikTok. Oh, I got to get at least 3,000 views and. They make that their end game, like they become kind of like a slave to it. Getting a certain number of views or likes, and it's like that's not a healthy thing to do.
oh no, I'd agree. I mean, I guess the way I look at doing TikTok is I'm like, I'll do what I can with it, but I'm like, it's not my main focus. I'm kind of like with all of them where I'm like, okay, can I make a clip out of this? Sure. Is that my main focus? No, I'm gonna do the show that we do, and if we can make clips out of it and people can find something fruitful from it, then we'll do it that way.
That's the way to go into it. All right, folks. Now that is the end of our show. Thank you for watching. This has been the Andrew Walker Show, episode 14. Excuse me, episode 14. And of course, I'm your host, Andrew Walker. Once again, we have Erv Johnson, Steve Larson, and Tony Francisco. Thanks for being on, gentlemen. I really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun talking to you guys.
Thank you so much for having us
Yeah,
on.
thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Blessed.
And we'll catch you next time, folks. Peace out.
Yo, cloudy.
It's like voodoo, what you do to me. Wish there was like two of me. Popping pills like 2 or 3. My legs chain from LSD. Baby cinnamon belt, walking raft when I stuck. Ay. They thought I was down and out, but I ain't hit no bell. Ay. They thought I was not that guy, but I am more than that. Ay. If I sell these Oxycontin pills and it's tax, she like Cloudy, what you do to me? Pop out with that 2 to 3. I be on so many things, eat Molly, Visa, ecstasy. Used to love this one girl, but she treat me like a dummy. Mix it with a Fanta, that's codeine inside my tummy. I don't care about all that shorty, I'ma get this money. Life is so that lovely, I'm smoking in abundance. She